In the bustling airspace near Pudong Shanghai International Airport, close to one of China's most renowned shipyards, an unexpected source reveals China's naval ambitions. While the People's Liberation Army Navy maintains a veil of secrecy, the vigilant eyes of Chinese citizens pierce through, constantly capturing the latest PLAN technology. On November 26, 2023, military enthusiasts leaked footage from an overflying aircraft, offering the world a rare glimpse of the CNS-18 Fujian, China's monumental leap in naval engineering. This footage, rapidly spreading across social media, unveils the supercarrier's mighty Catapult system. As the test vehicle launches and plunges into the waters from Fujian's portside Catapult, we witness a groundbreaking moment: China's mastery over the state-of-the-art CATOBAR system, a feat that was once the exclusive domain of American carriers. Contrasting with the often delayed timelines of U.S. Navy military projects, this footage suggests China is sticking to its ambitious schedule to have a powerful carrier navy by the next decade. And with a name reminiscent of a strategically essential area, the Fujian supercarrier may now be closer than ever to deployment and destruction of anything that comes in their way. In the early 2000s, China embarked on a strategic mission to modernize and transform the People's Liberation Army Navy, or PLAN, from a regional force into a powerful navy capable of operating across the world's oceans. Once a pawn in the Pacific War between the United States and its allies against Japan decades ago, China's growing global economic status finally allowed them to develop a technology until now only seen in the West. Admiral Liu Huaqing, often credited as the architect of modern Chinese naval strategy, envisioned a navy capable of protecting its interests and, most importantly, asserting its maritime territorial claims, especially in the contentious South China Sea. The PLAN's naval modernization includes developing advanced submarines, both nuclear and conventional, and the introduction of sophisticated destroyers and frigates equipped with modern missile systems and electronic warfare technologies. But the most critical part of Admiral Liu Huaqing's vision included the development of a powerful fleet of aircraft carriers, a cornerstone of blue water naval capabilities since World War I. The commissioning of Liaoning in 2012, a refitted vessel initially built in the Soviet Union, marked China's entry into the group of nations with aircraft carrier capabilities. And while this step was significant, Liaoning was but a starting point, and China quickly moved on to bigger and better ships. In 2017, Shandong, China's first domestically built aircraft carrier, was commissioned, representing another significant leap in native military technology and shipbuilding. But the modernization didn't stop there. Around that same time, satellite images from the Jiangnan shipyard in Shanghai hinted at something even more ambitious. Analyst Robert Farley stated that this new model, originally Type 003, would even be the, quote, largest and most advanced aircraft carrier ever built outside the United States. On June 17, 2022, in a ceremony filled with fireworks and confetti at the Jiangnan shipyard, China proudly launched the most advanced ship yet for the People's Liberation Army Navy, Fujian. This name was no coincidence. Fujian, the base for the Eastern Theater Command of the People's Liberation Army, is also a coastal province directly across from Taiwan over the Taiwan Strait, which China has never relinquished its claim over. The new aircraft carrier is much bigger than the two previous Chinese aircraft carriers, displacing roughly 80,000 tons, compared to Liaoning's 60,000 and Shandong's 66,000. Fujian is also much bigger than France's aircraft carrier Charles de Gaulle, which weighs 42,000 tons. She's only smaller than the U.S. Navy's Ford-class carrier, displacing 100,000 tons. The only technological disadvantage in comparison to the American and French carriers is that Fujian is not nuclear-powered. But the supercarrier still has a trick up her sleeve. The carrier's air wing is expected to be expansive, with defense analyst Kyle Mizukami predicting an air group of 40 fighter aircraft, including propeller-powered vehicles and airborne early warning and control aircraft. While Liaoning and Shandong both have short takeoff but arrested recovery, or STOBAR, where aircraft are launched with the help of a ski jump. In contrast, Fujian is the first CATOBAR-equipped aircraft carrier of the PLAN. A feature only seen in American ships thus far, CATOBAR employs a catapult mechanism to assist planes during takeoff, while a barrier and arrestor wires facilitate safe landing. This method was tested in the fall of 2023 and captured on camera. The Jiangnan shipyard, where the Fujian supercarrier is currently berthed, is near the Pudong Shanghai International Airport. Since her unveiling, hundreds of videos and images taken by passengers have provided reports on the ship's progress. In late November 2023, a video recorded from an aircraft caught one of the country's first tests with electromagnetic catapults and arresting devices. Chinese military enthusiasts first shared the footage of the launch testing on the social media platform Weibo on November 26th, and it soon made its way to X, formerly Twitter. The video shows the launch and drop of a test vehicle from one of the two forward catapult positions on the new aircraft carrier, and sending them splashing into the water in front of Fujian. Using weighted trucks is called dead load testing and is common for all catapult-equipped aircraft carriers worldwide, whether during the construction or maintenance phase. These offer a way to ensure the catapults are functioning as intended, at least on a core level, without risking the expensive loss of an actual aircraft. The Fujian deployment of the Catapult-Assisted Takeoff but Arrested Recovery, or CATOBAR, and launch system represents a leapfrogging past more conventional steam-powered catapults. This technology will allow the supercarrier to launch heavier and larger fixed-wing manned and unmanned aircraft with greater fuel and weapons loads, significantly enhancing the carrier's operational versatility. CATOBAR also enables faster takeoffs, increases energy efficiency, and reduces stress on aircraft frames during takeoffs. As of late 2023, the specific details of Fujian's carrier air wing are still undisclosed, but the PLAN is actively preparing for its eventual service. The carrier is set to operate the J-15T, an updated variant of the J-15 fighter jet, and China's sole active carrier-based fighter capable of utilizing the new electromagnetic catapult system. The baseline J-15, itself derived from the Soviet Su-33 Flanker D, is already operational on China's other carriers, Liaoning and Shandong, but there's no set date for the first CATOBAR test with actual aircraft. In addition to the catapult tests from the fall 2023 footage, there are speculations that the Fujian carrier's maiden voyage could happen very soon. These rumors were agreed upon by Chinese military expert and TV commentator Song Zhongping, citing fall 2023 satellite imagery that implies the carrier was relocated from its original position. The presence of a carrier support ship near Fujian on November 21st also corroborates this. This potential maiden voyage will mark the beginning of navigation tests, a series of trials that will comprehensively examine all the warship's subsystems, including the propulsion, radar, communications, weapons, aviation, and catapult systems at sea. While sea trials for common aircraft carriers often take about a year, since Fujian features many new technologies, particularly novel for the PLAN, testing for China's most advanced ship may take longer. The timely documented process in Fujian suggests that the People's Liberation Army Navy will be meeting its goal of becoming a fully modernized military in the year 2027, the centennial of its founding. The right of transit passage of international straits, guaranteed by the United Nations Convention on Law of the Sea, the freedom of navigation and overflight in international waters, and the right of innocent passage of the territorial waters endow any aircraft carrier from any nation with worldwide mobility. Carriers like the USS Nimitz, HMS Queen Elizabeth, and soon Fujian will be able to reach any conflict area accessible by sea and stay there for extended periods. China needs a minimum of 3 aircraft carriers to maintain air superiority and control of the sea in the strategic Indo-Pacific region. The PLAN's incredible capability to take warships from the drawing board to sea trials within years coincides with the nation's plan to construct and deploy 6 advanced aircraft carrier groups by 2035. China's first carrier, Liaoning, is currently based near the East China Sea, Yellow Sea, and Bohai Sea, while the second, Shandong, is near the South China Sea. And while the home port of Fujian has yet to be announced, her naming strongly suggests a port near the Taiwan Strait. As such, the new carrier is expected to play a vital role in the nation's anti-access and area denial strategy should the United States ever intervene in a conflict over Taiwan. But while the most significant difference between these 3 ships and America's carriers is that none are nuclear-powered, some believe China is also exploring the acquisition of a nuclear-powered carrier. This development would eliminate the requirement for frequent refueling, strengthening the nation's endurance and autonomy. And China is not the only country furthering its navy. While the United States and China are currently the only 2 nations with the electromagnetic catapult capability proven in the fall 2023 video, other countries may soon join them. The Indian Navy is set to get a CATOBAR carrier in the 2030s, while the United Kingdom has been looking into the possibility of adding Catapult launch capability to its Queen Elizabeth-class flat tops.